Hallo meine Pokémon-Freunde, ich bin Marlon, aka Bubu, und wir schauen uns jetzt ein Video an von Yong, Yong Tales. Der hat seine erste Pokémon-Nuzlocke gespielt im Pokémon Schwert und Schild, und die schauen wir uns jetzt gemeinsam an. Ich bin sehr gespannt drauf und viel Spaß. Der Link zum Originalvideo ist natürlich auch unten in der Beschreibung, falls ihr euch das Video selber nochmal anschauen wollt, und wir springen direkt rein.
Alright, before we begin, I need to go over a few things. I have never done a Nuzlocke before, and I guess this technically still doesn't count as one? I don't know. It depends how strict the whole Nuzlocke community is, but basically I abide by all the rules of a typical Nuzlocke where I name them so I get attached, and if they faint, I can't use them anymore. But the additions that I add is that I can catch any bug type I want. If it faints, I can't use any of that same species. So, under these rules, I can technically run out of Pokemon. Got it? Good. Grab your popcorn.
Okay, also er spielt keine klassische Nuzlocke, hat er auch gesagt. Er spielt halt eine Art, ja, eine sehr abgeschwächte Version von der Nuzlocke. Eine Bug-Lock, also eine Typen-Nuzlocke. Aber wenn er sich jedes Käfer-Pokémon fangen kann, was er will, okay.
Use the restroom, get comfy, because we're in it for the long haul, baby. Oh yeah, also, I should mention that I've never played this before. So that should be interesting. Here goes my Pokemon kinda sorta, but not really Nuzlocke. A long time ago, I witnessed a finals Pokemon match where the upcoming challenger...
Das ist von Jane Animation. Ich wollte auch gerade sagen, weil ich habe das Video selber noch nicht gesehen, ich wollte gerade schon sagen, die Art und Weise des Videos erinnert mich ziemlich stark an Jane Animation, aber ja.
...took the throne as the new champion. And ever since then, that very moment motivated me to one day embark on my own journey. Today was the day that me and my neighbor Hop became official Pokemon trainers. Hop's older brother Leon was none other than the undefeated champion of Galar, and he was going to endorse both of us so that way we could compete in the Pokemon Gym Challenge. And I was like super hyped because I wanted to, for the longest time, assemble the most powerful bug team. Don't judge me. I like bug Pokemon, alright? Unfortunately, Leon didn't have any to start out with, so I chose Sobble. I named Sops, my very first Galarian Pokemon. Right off the bat, Hops challenges me, and at first I thought...
Ich glaube, der Start, den er genommen hat, ist Tatsache sogar am schwersten für die Story. Also wenn man das Spiel so als Nuzlocke spielt, da würde ich wahrscheinlich eher Hop nehmen oder, ja, auf jeden Fall nicht den Start, den er jetzt genommen hat. Also entweder Feuer oder Pflanzen, damit ist es relativ easy, weil Gortrom ist halt auch ein Monster, und ich glaube, er hat den schwächsten für den Nuzlocke Tatsache sogar genommen.
1v2 was a bit unfair, but then Sops quickly learned Water Gun and swept Hop's team. I wonder if this is what our future encounters are gonna be like. I was about to leave on my journey, but Hops needed help finding a stray Wooloo, so navigating through the foggy forest, we didn't find the Wooloo, but some weird giant dog. It was pretty random stuff, but we did end up finding the Wooloo. Take your sheep. Alright, now we can officially leave. Strapped on my Tanjiro box of a backpack, and together with Sops, our journey has officially begun. Route 1, we ran into some of the new locals. Ugh, why is everything so weird? Oh, thank goodness, finally something that I actually recognize.
Nein.
What happened to you? I wasn't entirely
Der
sure
gute alte
if there were any
Sklave.
bugs in the area, but sure enough, I found this thing called a Grubbin, and I named it Wumps. My very first...
Das ist sogar ein relativ starker Encounter, also der ist relativ strong.
Bug Pokemon. I am excited to see what you'll become, Wumps, since I've stopped paying attention after Unova region. And just like that, I had Sops, Wumps, and Blinks. We didn't get that far into the journey when Hops challenged us yet again. Anyways, fun fact, Blinks evolved from the battle, so thanks for the free XP and money. This old lady and another lady named Sonia were watching, and they were like, dang, alright, you can participate in the gym challenge. Well, why thank you, random people I just met. I feel like I didn't really need your permission, but I appreciate the support. Off to Motostoke City. We arrive at something called the Wild Area, and that is where I run into a Carablast. And if you don't know, Carablast's evolved form as Cavalier was like super cool, super strong, and would make...
Jetzt nur die Frage, ob er auch tauschen darf. Tauschen darf und kann, weil der entwickelt sich halt nur, also Cavalanzas kriegt man nur durch Tausch. Gegen Schnuthelm, glaube ich sogar.
A great addition to the team, and I really wanted one because I've never had one before. But then I unfortunately remember that you need to trade for it, and I didn't have anyone to trade with, so this thing was pretty much useless. Moving along the way, we barely avoided complete catastrophe when Sops almost died to a level 30 Pillow Swan.
Ja, die Naturzone ist ungerecht. Wenn man da eine falsche Abzweigung nimmt, ja, dann trifft man halt mal so einen Level 30er, wenn man gerade erst startet, das Spiel. Ist schon übel. Also gerade am Anfang sollte man halt echt ziemlich geradlinig da durchlaufen, weil eine falsche Abzweigung, ja, macht halt das ganze Team mal die Grätsche, was natürlich für eine Nuzlocke absoluter Genickbruch ist.
Fine. Why are there such strong Pokemon here? So carefully navigating through the wild area, we arrive in the city, beat up some members of Team Yell and this girl named Marnie in the hotel lobby so I could get my room key. Hey, what a cool statue! Woke up early, smiled and waved for the opening ceremony, shook hands with Chairman Rose, and pushed on to my first challenge. Just outside the city on Route 3, I was doing some exploring in case there were any bugs in the area, but after a while of no luck, we pressed on. Along the way in some cave, Whoops evolved into something interesting. And then I met this bundle of joy, Bade. We just had a nice little discussion about his personality, and then after exiting the cave, I found a Joltik I named Lucas. And together with Whoops and Blinks, bada bing, bada boom. Holy crap, this is what Dynamax Pokemon battles are like. The first gym badge was ours. Oh, and you evolved. Nice. On the way to the next town, we were having a light conditioning session to get Luke.
Ich muss auch sagen, dass die Inteleon-Entwicklungsreihe wirklich schwach ist, finde ich, weil das Pokémon hat eigentlich echt viel Potenzial, hätte man echt was draus zaubern können, aber Inteleon,
Lucas up to par with the rest of the team, and you know what, I must say, things were really starting to look up for my bug team. And I was sure that Lucas would add so much value, especially considering the fact that the next gym was water type. We got this in the back. Lucas, no! A stupid wild Wobbuffet was able to perfectly counter Lucas's attack and cause the team's first death.
Vor allem dieser Lippenstift. Einfach genial.
Fearing the same thing would happen to my other Pokemon, we ran in shame. Lucas wasn't with us for long, and we may not be able to get revenge now, but Lucas's death gave us the spark to really zoom through our next challenges. Welcome to the team, Zweeps. Ah, yes, it's my rival. It's time to show you how strong I am. Let's have a rematch. Out of my way!
Na, vor allem Donarion ist echt ein krasses Pokémon. Also ist eine Glaskanone. Donarion macht unfassbar viel Damage. Ist aber auch recht schnell geplättet. Aber wenn er den jetzt entwickeln sollte mit dem Donnerstein, also Donarion ist auf jeden Fall schon mal auf der sicheren Seite.
I don't really like you, dude, and your attitude sucks. Also, where the heck do you think you're going?
Wie geil ist das denn? Moment. Was glaubst du, wohin du gehst?
Dude,
ich was
and
nicht
your
gut.
attitude sucks. Also, where the heck do you think you're going? Harold. Our next gym challenge was Kabu, home of the bane to almost all my bug types. My newest member, Harold, was pretty much useless here, so Sops was going to have to carry this one. Going through the challenges where we had to team up with randos and catch Pokemon for points, I thought it was a good idea to use my recently evolved Sweeps since it was the best choice to clear each one. But on the final challenge, Sweeps was backstabbed and perished. Okay, I honestly felt pretty guilty about what happened. But how the heck was I supposed to know that the other trainer was gonna betray me like that? You monster! We can mourn later. We got a badge to win. We burst through the gym doors, and it was game on. Sops took out the first two Pokemon pretty easily, and then it was time for Kabu's ultimate Pokemon, Scorch. Finally, before my own eyes, was one of the coolest Bug-type Pokemon I
Ich finde die Vorentwicklung von Scorch geil. Der Name einfach schon. Sizzly Peach, einfach genial.
have ever seen. Easily one of my favorites. Such an impressive beast, and I was super jealous. But now I can unleash my secret weapon. It was time to show my fifth Pokemon. You've been hidden way too long, but it's time for you to come out. Let's go, Grievous!
Ach, hat auch eins.
Basically, a while back on Route 3, after asking around, I caught a Sizzlipede. And
Da,
you know
Sizzlipede.
what? I absolutely loved it. Trained it and primed for a moment just like this. Now let's see whose Scorch was better. It was an intense battle between the two fiery centipedes. Based on appearance alone, it would have seemed like Kabu's Scorch had the upper hand since it was much bigger and unfortunately cooler looking. But Grievous's flame was fueled by the innocent blood of Sweeps.
Ja, die G-Max-Form macht zum Glück nicht stärker. Also, wenn beide gegen Centiskorch gegeneinander kämpfen, macht es halt keinen Unterschied, ob der eine die G-Max-Version ist, der andere halt die Nicht-G-Max-Version. Also kriegt er bestimmt
In the
hin.
end, that is what gave us victory. Yes! Oh, I'm so proud of you, Grievous. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Double yes. After some training, Harold really toughened up by evolving into a
Tektas.
Galissapod.
Tektas, eins der Pokémon, finde ich echt underrated sind. Also Tektas, extrem gutes, starkes Pokémon. Sehe ich aber relativ selten, also...
Well, how about that? And then we picked up Skarner the Scorupi along the way to Hammerlock City. He's no sweeps, but I'm sure he'll be useful for something. Shortly after, I ran into Hops once again, who was feeling pretty down about himself because apparently he lost to Bade in a Pokemon battle, so it was up to me to be the good friend that I am and help him feel better by beating him up. From there, it was on to the fighting type gym, where Blinks got real
Psycho,
psyched
den
up,
Kampf.
if you know what I
Easy.
mean. Clean sweep, badge 4. But after the battle just outside, we found out that Bade, Mr. Ooh, I was endorsed by the chairman. Ooh, I'm so special. Ooh, everyone is beneath me. Ooh.
Also ich muss sagen, der Artstyle erinnert mich wirklich stark an Jaden Animation. Aber der ist echt gut gemacht. Also der gefällt mir echt gut. Die Art und Weise, der Humor ist der Hammer.
Thought it was okay to
Gefällt
blast some hole in some ancient sacred art. Because he was entitled to it. Are you sure your name isn't like Karen? I tried to give him another beatdown lesson with my Skarner, but then he ended up getting a critical one hit by Solus's Psybeam. Of all people to lose a Pokemon to, you've got to be kidding me.
In Nuzlocke, Crits sind einfach der Untergang. Crits sind einfach ätzend.
Got you. Vengeance! Well, Bade got in a lot of trouble for what he did anyway and ended up getting kicked out of the league, so I don't feel bad for him at all. Huh, well that looks important. Moving on, replacing Skarner was Jerry the Dwebble I found and quickly evolved. Look, I was running out of bodies to fill these Pokeballs
Bitte
with,
nicht
so I
raupen.
had no other choice. I was beginning to be concerned about Whoomp since this whole time it hasn't evolved yet. I really wondered if I was like
Donnerstein.
missing something. But shortly afterwards, Whoops rummaged through my bag and found a Thunderstone I had earlier and evolved.
Donario ist einfach geil.
I had this suspicious feeling that the next gym leader, Opal, primarily uses fairy types. Just a hunch. And, gee, it would have been real nice to have somebody who could deal with fairy types right about now.
Aber ist das ein Stahl?
Person. But even so, Whoops and Grievous managed to sweep right through because fairy types are stupid. Except for you, Sweeps. You're good. On the way to the next town, another explosion goes off. Sonia and the old professor lady are there, and they give some explanation about two brothers, darkest day, giant Pokemon running rampant, really giving me some Attack on Titan vibes. So I left them to go deal with that, and I moved on to Route 8, where I picked up Nom Nom the Snom. Gordy was the sixth gym leader who used rock-type
Feuer
Pokemon,
ist
but
sein
they quickly
Untergang.
sank under the brute force of Harold and Sops. Oh yeah, and Jerry spamming Dig. Then it was on to Pierre. Alright, well, this gym uses nothing but a bunch of dark types, so... Wait right here, Nom Nom. Blinks will watch you. We'll be right back. Give me that! Okay, let's go. Okay, 2 times could just be a coincidence, but 3 times... Turns out giant Pokemon are spawning all over the place. Fear of
Das war
Titan's
echt
Rising.
nervig.
I had this feeling that this was only the beginning of something really bad, that maybe I should help. But nah, they told me to go focus on getting my last batch.
Ich muss das Spiel auch mal wieder durchspielen.
Okay,
das ist schon zu lange her, ich kann mich einfach nichts mehr erinnern.
A challenge, because the last gym is home to
Ja.
Rayhan and his dragon Pokemon, which are known to be tough,
Roy.
resistant to most types, and are pretty versatile with their movesets. It was kind of a good news, bad news situation. The good news is that Nom Nom received 10,000 grams of friendship.
Das
to evolve
Duraludon
and
ist halt
give us
echt
the ice
gefährlich von ihm.
advantage. The bad news is that she is literally the definition of a glass cannon. Meaning, yes, Nom Nom big strong against dragon types, but if Nom Nom touch
Sieht ein
candle
bisschen
or
aus wie ich vom
pebble,
Körper her.
dragons are more than capable of throwing, Nom Nom go bye-bye. So as we went in, the entire team had one objective on their mind. Protect Nom Nom. This time it was in the form of a double battle, and making sure they didn't get any chance to gain momentum, Harold and Nom Nom made quick work of his Flygon and Gigalith. But then came out his big bad Duraludon and Sandaconda.
Ja.
You've got to be kidding me. Duraludon was literally the love child of Godzilla and a skyscraper. What could we possibly do against a building? I quickly switched Harold for Blinks, hoping that he could put it to sleep and then have Nom Nom finish it off with an Aurora Beam. But at the last moment, Blinks became paralyzed from the Sandaconda, and Nom Nom's attack wasn't enough to take down the Duraludon. And before I could switch both of them out, Blinks was smashed by a stone wall. You did well, Blinks. You did your job. Sops and Jerry came in, and even though they both became paralyzed by the Sandaconda, Jerry couldn't land a single dig. They were able to stall out Duraludon's Dynamax form, giving Harold the opportunity to come back in
Harold,
and passt halt null den Name, and finally deal with that pesky snake. The last gym badge was ours. But we lost Blinks. Ja. A true OG of the Bug Squad, and provided so much value to the team. I was not sure if I could find anyone to fill his spot this far into the journey. I think Sonia was trying to talk to me, possibly about some more end of the world stuff, but I was too sad about Blinks to really pay attention.
A world without Blinks is not a world worth living anyway.
I had to take a few days off to prepare my team and our newest member for the final challenges, but once we were ready, we arrived in Winden City and stepped through those stadium doors for the quarterfinals. Almost there. Marnie and her dark Pokemon were up first. This is honestly the best time as any to debut the new. So I brought out Gaia. Yes, Cavalier, aka formerly useless. Yep, that's right. And stacked with a sword stance, Gaia became a true powerhouse and swept the entire team. Then we had one final match between me and my rival Hop. You probably already know how that went. Sops came out for one last fight, and we ended the rivalry. Yep, it really was his last fight. And honestly, not bringing Sops into the final match was probably one of the hardest decisions I had to make so far. My very first Pokemon, and the one that has watched over all of his teammates and saw them grow into the team they are now. But I believed with this team, even Jerry, he had the best chance of winning. Sops will be with us in spirit. A lot of stuff happened in between leading up to the semifinal to final rounds, but to summarize, celebratory dinner, evil staff of the key, tall building, crazy secretary lady, a tiny hint that Rose is actually bad and was behind the explosions, but meh, that's totally not a cause for concern. Ew, it's Bait again, but he's less of a douchebag. Boom boom, smash through the gym leader rematches, and Gaia bonks Duraludon in the face. We land in the finals.
Kavalanzas ist schon krass.
Now we have come face to face with champion Leon. Every battle, everything we have been through has led us to this moment. It was time to show the world just how powerful my bug Pokemon truly are. And never mind, Rose is evil, and apparently the darkest day has begun. Well, that sure complicates things. Way to read the room, dude. No, this video's long as it is. Whatever, I will go save the world, I guess. Using 200 IQ, Hops was pretty sure that the dog we ran into at the very beginning was important and could help us, so we headed back to our hometown to find it. And trekking through the creepy woods, we don't find the dog, but a rusty old sword and shield. I guess those will have to do. We rush back to Hammerlock City's power plant and we find Chairman Rose.
Hat, glaube ich, die zwei ätzendsten Charakter am Pokémon Schwert und Schild vergessen. Wie heißt der mal? Schildterus und Schwerthold oder wie der heißt? Schwerthold und keine Ahnung, auf jeden Fall die beiden ätzenden Typen mit den ekligen Frisuren, wirklich, die waren so nervig, die Typen.
Going off about Gallard's power supply crisis that's potentially coming in 10 years, and to stop it, he summoned this Eternatus thing, hoping he could control it and harness its power. You summoned a what now? Just my opinion, man, but a plan involving control of a legendary being with powers beyond understanding usually doesn't end up going well. Basically, your plan is stupid. Rose didn't like that, and he was going to try stop me with his team full of steel Pokemon, so I left Grievous to deal with him. I head upstairs to find Leon, and what the heck is that? No, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh monster, not a Pokemon. What kind of Pokemon would look like that? I quickly found out that almost none of my Pokemon would be able to damage it without dying, so... Jerry, go! Jerry made it mad. Eternatus then turned into this giant starfish thing. Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense. And then we're like, Rusty Sword and Shield! The dogs show up, merge with the stuff, and we defeat Eternatus, where I catch it with a teeny tiny Pokeball. Crisis averted. 3 days later, after one of the largest tangents ever, saving the world, we are finally back to our match. here we go. Today, we finally face off.
Oh, Max
against
Arx,
Leon.
eins meiner
Guckt
Lieblings-Pokémon.
snuck out with a quick claw boost and was able to take out both Aegislash and Rhyperior. Don't ask me how many Sneasels I needed to get through to find one. Leon's Dragapult was a tough one though. I was hoping that Nom Nom would be fast enough to take it out, but Nom Nom was outsped and was met with a flamethrower.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Nom
Flammenwurf.
Nom.
Einfach
We
vierfacher
couldn't
Damage,
protect you
das
that
schmeckt
time.
nicht.
Grievous came out and was able to coil up and crunch the crap out of the Dragapult, as well as leech life the monkey for some healing. And
Ja,
then Gaia was
Glurak
able
wird
to
halt
win
interessant.
head-to-head against his Haxorus. And then finally, his last Pokemon, Charizard. But even though we outnumbered him 5-1, I didn't feel any better considering the fact that his Charizard still had pretty much every advantage over all my Pokemon. To deal with his Charizard, I had 3 choices. Harold, who could hopefully beat Charizard with water attacks, Wumps with electric attacks, and then Jerry with rocks. I sent out Harold first, hoping that he could end it right then and there, but Charizard got the first strike, and with a powerful air blast, Harold was one-shot. I sent in Wumps hoping for another Quick Claw boost Thunderbolt, but that too failed, and Wumps was burned to a crisp. 2 of my strongest Pokemon and my best chances to beat Charizard were both wiped out in an instant. At this point, victory was very bleak. If Jerry dies...
Aber ich muss dazu sagen, dass ich fand, dass Pokémon Schwert und Schild schon sehr leicht war. Aber Dalians Glurak war wirklich eine Herausforderung. Also klar, man hat es hinbekommen, aber gerade wenn er das als Nuzlocke spielt oder als Buglock, ist halt schon, da kann so ein Glurak, was Feuer und Flug ist, schon unangenehm werden und schon mal dich wieder an den Anfang schicken.
Charizard will have no trouble defeating my remaining Pokemon. And it will be over. Jerry, you weren't our strongest team member and often the butt of many jokes, but right now, you are our last hope. Oh, we're screwed. Jerry stepped onto the battlefield and Charizard raised a stone wall that came crashing down and staring into the face of imminent defeat. Well, I might as well surrender at this point. Spare the rest of my Pokemon. But Jerry was still standing. I don't know. Chunk it up to high defense, or the fact that Jerry had a giant rock to protect him. It was like the true power of friendship. This was our chance. I made Jerry jumbo-sized, and we showed that oversized Barney what it's like to get squashed by a giant rock. And it was at that moment we won. We completed the Pokemon Sword, kinda, sorta, but not really Nuzlocke. It was a bittersweet moment since Gaia, Grievous, kinda, sorta, but not really Nuzlocke. It was a bittersweet moment since Gaia, Grievous, and Jerry were the only ones who survived. But even so, this victory goes just as much to all the other team members who brought us to where we are now. Lucas, Sweeps, Skarner, Blinks, Sops, Nom Nom, Harold, and Wumps.
Nom Nom.
You are all champions.
Die Namen gefallen
Some
mir
might
echt gut.
say that this is a good place to stop and be satisfied. But now that I'm here, I realize that my journey isn't over. Achieving this title of Bug Champion of Galar is not an ultimate goal, but a mere stepping stone in my life. So with my team, I am setting out to continue on my journey, because I am sure somewhere out there, more challenges are waiting for me. And I say, bring it on.
Ja, hat mir gut gefallen, das Video. Also wirklich mit viel Liebe animiert. Hat sich auch echt gut angestellt. Klar, so eine Buglock ist jetzt nicht das Leichteste, weil Käfer-Pokémon sind in der Regel relativ fragil. Hat mir aber wirklich gut gefallen. Ich weiß jetzt natürlich nicht, in welcher Verbindung er zu Jaden Animation steht, weil der Stil erinnert mich schon sehr stark an Jaden Animation und er hat ja sogar zweimal, glaube ich, hat er sie mit eingebaut, also auch gerade am Schluss. Moment, hier. Da hat er ja gesagt, ich bin gespannt, was die Zukunft noch bringt für Herausforderungen. Ich bin bereit. Also ich weiß nicht, ob die beiden sich kennen, befreundet sind oder ob er halt mit seinem Video ja so ein bisschen in die Konkurrenzschiene gehen möchte von Jaden Animation. Vielleicht mal was gemeinsam starten. Würde mich auf jeden Fall freuen. Also mir hat es gut gefallen. Ich werde mir auf jeden Fall noch mehr Content für ihn angucken, weil ich finde, er hat es unglaublich gut gemacht. Und ja, Leute, ich hoffe, euch hat es auch gefallen. Ansonsten bis zum nächsten Mal. Euer Bubu.